Oh my god, yo. I can't do this, man. Yo, I really can't do this. Yo, I can't do this, yo. Yo, I really can't do this, man. Yo, I honestly can't do this, man. I don't know why I'm doing this. I don't know if I'm overreacting, but today I figured, why not react to something that I'm really afraid of. Like, this is like low key one of my like biggest fears. A lot of people don't know this, but I really am afraid of dolls. Like, you know them like creepy dolls from like the 70s? I cannot stand them. Like, creepy, this doll, I cannot. They're so scary to me. I just cannot. And apparently these dolls are cursed. Maybe they're moving, I don't know. But we're about to react to this, man. I don't know how I feel about this, but man, I need some luck. Fuck it, let's get into it. Oh my god, a fucking Chucky doll.
In the comments of my top 10 cursed objects video, a few keen viewers pointed out the lack of dolls on the list. Well, I was saving them for this special video, the top 10 cursed dolls. Number 10,
Alright guys, chills.
Pupa, the haunted doll.
That shit's scary
Pupa
as fuck.
is a doll just over a foot tall,
That shit's scary as fuck.
with a blue dress and oversized matching blue bow on top of her blonde curls. The original owner of Pupa was given the doll at the young age of 5 years old and had her up until 2005. She only had one owner to actually play with her. The young girl cherished the doll all her life and travelled with her from Italy during World War II to the United States, where she stays tonight. When her owner died, Pupa was put into a display case in her home, and it has since then been reported that she does not like it, tapping on the glass, pushing other things nearby in the display case away from her. When the family comes to check on her, they find that her hand is firmly pressed against the glass, her legs crossed when she is not left in that position. Even on some accounts, there has been child handprints smudged and the words "Pupa No" on the display glass.
Nah, that's wild shit, bro. I don't fuck with that shit.
Number 9, Mandy the doll.
This is not killing no one.
Mandy is an antique porcelain baby doll from the 1900s and is over 90 years old. She has a cracked face and a little baby sheep toy and currently resides in a British Columbian museum. Before she was donated, her owners would hear a baby crying in the middle of the night, but upon investigating, they found no baby, only an open window and Mandy. When she was placed in the museum, at first she had no official spot and would float from spot to spot. Things would go missing.
That's just creepy as fuck, my nigga. Like, I'm tired of looking at it.
Some would appear, but some would never come back. And when she did find spots, it was found she couldn't sit with others and she would have to have her own display case. She would often harm other dolls, but when she would be placed alone, she would throw temper tantrums and papers would be thrown everywhere. Electrical equipment would malfunction. Other times, guests and staff had found her eyes watching them, and have even reported seeing her blink as they walked by her.
What the fuck? Okay, I'm glad that I don't think there's gonna be videos. I think they're just talking about scary ass dolls.
Amanda, the haunted doll.
So that makes me feel a little
Amanda is a rather mysterious doll,
stories are scary,
as not a lot could be found on this doll. Other than she was sold on eBay over 3 years ago, and since then she has been passed along from house to house, owner to owner, until she found a home in the Atlanta, Georgia Museum.
I can't look at her face,
in some homes, If she found that she liked you, she would cause you no harm and simply rest there, staring off into the distance.
No, I'm like to
However,
start
once
looking
she
at
grew
me, my
tired of
nigga.
that home, or
That
if you
shit's
were
still looking at
unlucky
me, my
enough to be a
nigga.
person she did not like,
That shit's still looking at me,
trouble
my nigga.
was sure to follow you.
Oh my god,
One
bro.
woman reported that Amanda would scratch at the glass case that she was put in, or would move to various points in the house
Fucking
despite the
moving?
woman living alone.
Oh my god,
Another
shit.
incident, she found scratches all down her legs in the middle of the night, and Amanda sitting in a chair not too far away, just staring at her.
I don't fuck with that shit. Yeah, this bitch, she keeps staring at me. The fuck? She want beef? Want beef?
Number 7. Emilia, the haunted
Oh
doll.
fuck no! Yo, that shit is
Emilia
crazy.
was originally a gift from the King of
my
Italy
God,
to the daughter
bro.
of the captain of the Royal Guard over 100 years ago. She was cherished dearly and managed to survive both world wars with the loss of both her arms and a bit of her head. Despite the fact the condition she was in, she was always rescued from the rubble of war. The last time she was rescued, the woman who uncovered her was fatally wounded and is said to have taken up residence in the doll. You can sometimes see the doll blink and hear a voice box call for her mama, despite the voice box being completely broken.
That shit is so fucking creep, bro. Fuck no, man.
Number 6. Haunted Barbie. During World War II, both the English and Germans disliked each other greatly, and both wanted the other out of their country and to colonies they had settled. One German family who owned a coffee plantation in Singapore were being seized and rounded up for questioning, had a daughter who managed to escape into the woods behind their home. Unfortunately, she fell from a cliff and died. To keep the spirit from becoming an angry one, the villagers built the girl a shrine and prayed to her. The lady, Natuk Kong Shrine. There, they had first a simple altar with the cross she wore around her neck when she had died. An Australian man reported to have had a reoccurring dream 3 nights in a row. A small girl would lead him into a store and show him a doll and asked him to buy it for her and place it at the Lady Natuk Kong Shrine, her shrine. He would do as the girl had told him to do, just on a whim, and to his surprise, the exact doll was there. Everything was as his dream had looked. He brought it to a shrine, and it is said that she answers people's prayers for good health and whispers thank you when people leave her offerings.
That's some fuck shit. Is this almost over? Fuck. It's not
Number
even halfway
5.
over.
Baby.
Oh fuck no.
Baby is a red-headed porcelain doll that has become a collector's item for the haunted doll collector.
Why am I
Janice
torturing
Poole.
myself?
She wanted to prove to the world of the paranormal existence of haunted dolls, and once she brought home Baby, she knew that it would become the star attraction.
Stop staring
It wasn't
at
until
me,
Baby
yo.
arrived that her home became more active. Loud giggling, slamming of doors, keys being placed in different areas.
What the fuck?
The typical misconduct you hear from haunted dolls. So what made this any different? After having the house blessed, things only seemed to get worse. One night Janice heard a loud thumping in the attic and went to investigate, but upon arriving, she found it hard to breathe, like she was being suffocated. As her world turned dark, she saw an image of a rather large man whispering something very sinister. She couldn't make out what he was saying, but after, she could hear a little girl screaming behind a door. Moments later, the man leaves, and all that is left is the body of the little girl, dead. And in her hands is a little red-headed porcelain doll.
Yo, it's that bitch.
Perhaps
I
Baby
promise you.
is the spirit of the little girl inside her, wanting to find a murderer. Janice is stopping at nothing to find out more about Baby's origins.
I don't know. I ain't fucking with it though. That's all I know.
Number 4. Robert the Doll.
Oh yeah, Robert.
Robert, given his name from his original owner, Robert
Fucking
Eugene Otto,
Chucky.
is said to be a haunted doll located in the Key West area. He looks like an early
shit
20th
is scarier
century
than that
Navy
nigga, though.
soldier holding a stuffed lion.
That
Eugene
lion.
was
That
given
really
the
no
doll by a
fucking lion.
disgruntled servant who
Ah.
was well versed in black magic and voodoo. Apparently, the servant was angry with the family for their treatment and opted to give Eugene a cursed doll as repayment. Soon, it was apparent that there was something wrong with the doll. Eugene could be heard talking to the doll, and they heard the doll talk back. Of course, at first they assumed it was just the child talking back for the doll in a different voice. Later, their stories changed as stranger and stranger things happened. Their neighbours swore they saw the doll moving from window to window when the family was gone. Other times, the doll would giggle a most awful
I
giggle.
don't fuck with them
Even
giggles.
the family saw it running in between rooms.
I don't fuck with that
In
shit.
the middle of the night, Eugene would scream. His parents would rush to his aid and find that furniture would be knocked over and things scattered about. When questioned, he would scream, "Robert did it!" When Eugene died, Robert was left in the attic until a new family moved in. A 10-year-old girl would become Robert's new owner, not for long. For Robert, in the middle of the night, would move about and often try to attack her. The young girl claimed that the doll was out to kill her,
I never heard
and
these
that
stories.
he was very much
about
alive.
Robert. I never heard these stories. I never heard these stories. I didn't hear that he's trying killing kids and shit. Shit's crazy, nigga. I don't know why I'm
Number
doing
3.
this.
Joliet,
Oh my
the
fucking
haunted
God.
and cursed doll.
Yo, my fucking gosh.
To be haunted and cursed, fate must not be on your side. Joliet belongs to one family and has been in this family for 4 generations. 4 generations and 4 souls to be trapped inside of Joliet. Anna G, as she would like to be known, had a great-grandmother who first acquired Joliet as a pregnancy gift. She had no idea of what nightmare that she would be bestowing on a family. When her great-grandmother had her first child, it was a boy, and when he was born, he was healthy. Little did Anna's great-grandmother know, 3 days later an illness would take him from her, and she would be left with Joliet. In the middle of the night, she could hear a baby crying,
Oh, fuck no.
heart-wrenching for a mother to hear after losing a child.
Fuck no.
But when she realized that they were not hallucinations, and that they were in fact coming from the doll,
Fuck
Anna's
no.
great-grandmother was horrified. She couldn't get rid of the doll as it was her son in there. She could recognize the cries as her son's. Years later, she would have a daughter, and she would pass on the doll, and little did she know, the curse as well. 4 generations cursed to have a boy, only to die 3 days later with a mysterious illness,
I feel like I gotta
and then
throw
be
up
trapped inside of Joliet.
looking at
All
her.
different babies crying within Joliet
That's-
late in the night to remind them of the boys they lost.
Bro, if I was her and I kept hearing them babies crying, I might kill myself. That's depressing as shit. After they died and shit.
Number 2.
Fucking up. Oh my
Caroline.
fucking gosh.
Caroline is another porcelain doll that is said to be haunted, though it is said that she is haunted not by one spirit, but by 3. Unlike Joliet, this is not under sad or disheartening circumstances. Each one of the spirits may fight for control on who gets to haunt Caroline, but they are spirits who have had loved Caroline and owned her previously. She never threatens anyone or causes any bodily harm. Instead, she plays little pranks like moving things around, hiding books behind bookcases, putting candles in the oven, hiding things in odd places.
Yo, I might
And when
throw
she did
up.
speak, once,
Oh,
she simply said, "Make it you." which the owner at the time took it as her wishing him good luck.
Yo, I'm spooked as shit right now. I really am, man. I ain't gonna lie. Everything is just throwing me off. I'm like having fucking illusions and shit. Seeing shit on the walls and shit. I don't know.
And number 1,
I hate that fucking dog.
Annabelle.
The OG
Annabelle
doll? No, I
is
can't look at that
perhaps
shit.
the more famous of all the cursed dolls, as she's been featured in the movie The Conjuring.
The Raggedy Ann
Though
dolls are
the
scary as
events of the
shit.
movie have been exaggerated,
Fucking
it is based on some truths. Annabelle is a real doll, and the Warrens are real people. They have a real collection of cursed objects, Annabelle being a part of it. However, she is not a porcelain doll as it was depicted in the film. She is a classic Raggedy Ann doll that is child-sized.
I don't like Raggedy Ann dolls.
Annabelle was bought
I
as a
don't like
birthday
those
present for
shits.
a graduating nurse. Donna, the nurse, had no idea what kind of horrors she was going to be in for. She would leave Annabelle tossed on the bed while she went out, but soon realized something was amiss. The doll's position would move. Hands and legs would be crossed when they would be thrown out, and vice versa. Soon, Donna and her roommate, Angie, would notice that Annabelle would even appear in different rooms when she was left in the bedroom. Or worse, when they would open the door and find the doll appearing to be frozen, standing or leaning against the chair, as if it was just caught walking, and it was playing a game of red light, green light.
The
That's
fuck?
only the tip of the iceberg.
If I ever
of
saw that shit
paranormal
walking,
activity, however, Donna and Angie would come
I don't
home
know
and
what
find
happened.
little pieces of parchment, specifically parchment paper with messages like "Help us" or "Help Lou" scribbled in childlike handwriting. Aside from unnerving scribbles, Donna and her roommate had no parchment in the apartment for anyone to write that, Lou being their friend that would occasionally come over. When the doll started to have blood drops on it, they called for a medium who told them that a little girl ghost was haunting them, but that it was friendly and wanted to inhabit the doll because she was scared and had died in the apartment complex.
okay, I get it.
They agreed, being nurses who cared a little too much and thought nothing horrible would come of this. Lou was not convinced. When the ghost took over the doll, he felt an even darker presence in the nurse's home. Lou advised Donna to get rid of the doll, but she of course refused. Later that night, Lou found himself waking up in the middle of the night, unable to move. Looking down to his feet, he saw the doll climbing over him and began strangling him. He was unable to move or defend himself.
Imagine that
His world
shit.
went black and passed out.
Walking and
The next
stringing.
evening, he went to Donna's apartment to plan for their road trip, keeping the previous events to himself for now. That was when the noises started shuffling from Donna's room. Lou went to investigate, and upon entering the room found no one but Annabelle. Turning to leave, he was cut 7 times across the chest, claw-like marks diagonally and horizontally across his chest. That was when Donna was convinced that something more sinister was happening, and for that, the Warrens were called. It took no time for the Warrens to discover that it was no ghost that the trio of young adults were dealing with, but in fact a demon, an evil spirit. It was using the doll to trick them into thinking it was possessed by a ghost of a small girl to gain their trust and soon attempt to possess them. Quickly, they exorcised the demon from the home but took the doll with them. But it seems the demon would not let go of the doll, and while on their way back home, the Warrens would lose their brakes and power steering multiple times during sharp turns or near other, much bigger cars. Until, of course, Ed Warren dosed Annabelle with holy water, and there she remained still until they returned home. In their home, a special glass case was made for Annabelle that reads, "Warning, positively do not open." as she still sometimes moves and is still very dangerous.
Okay, is it over yet? Oh my fucking gosh, bro. Oh, check this guy out, man. He made some interesting videos. This is the first video of his that I've seen. But man, that shit is crazy, dude. That shit is crazy. I'm sorry that I act like a total pussy, but I can't. I really can't handle that shit. I really can't. They dolls, when it comes to dolls, that shit is really, I don't know, it's just a phobia of mine. I just can't stand it. It's just so disturbing, and the stories behind it. And also, I kind of believe that shit. I believe in ghosts and demons and shit. That shit's fucked up. That shit's completely fucked up. Where's my controller at? But yeah, and then the Annabelle doll, the one that's in The Conjuring, isn't so scary. They try to make it seem scary, but that one's not really scary. Like, I'm like scared like the like authentic shit, like that fucking like that shit like that looks like it's been through like fucking 30 years, and like you can see the fucking wear in his hair. That shit's just fucking like staring you in the fucking no, man. I don't fuck with that shit. That shit's fucking I don't know, man. I don't know if this was hard for you guys to watch. It was hard for me to fucking watch. I don't know. If you agree with me, if you also don't like fucking dolls, like you're afraid of fucking dolls, please share the comment in the comment section. Make me feel good about myself, cause I feel like a fucking pussy. But I don't know. But anyway, be sure to like I said before, comment, share if you want to, and I hope you enjoy the video. I'll see you guys next time, man. Take care.